Very wonderful audience. Thank you. Very nice. Hare Krishna. So I can see many new faces. We are very grateful that you decided to worship with us today. We are very grateful and we hope that you will enjoy your participation today. Hare Krishna. Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we are reading from the Bhagavad Gita as a text, chapter 9, text number 26. This is a very popular and famous text in the Bhagavad Gita as a text. So the text is written on the notice board. So try as much as possible to repeat after me. Patram,
Patram,
Puspam,
Puspam,
Phalam,
Phalam,
Toyam,
Toyam,
Patram, Puspam, Phalam, Toyam,
Patram, Puspam, Phalam, Toyam,
Yo,
Yo,
Me,
Me,
Bhaktya,
Bhaktya,
Prayachati,
Prayachati,
Yo Me Bhaktya, Prayachati,
Yo Me Bhaktya, Prayachati,
Ta,
Ta,
Aham,
Aham,
Bhakti Upahitam,
Bhakti Upanikam,
Ta Aham Bhakti Upahitam,
Aham Bhakti Upanikam,
Asnami,
Asnami,
Prayatatmana,
Prayatama,
Asnami, Prayatatmana,
Asnami, Prayatama,
Patram Puspam Phalam Toyam,
Patram Puspam Phalam Toyam,
Yo Me Bhaktya Prayachati,
Yo Me Bhaktya Prayachati,
Ta Aham Bhakti Upahitam,
Aham Bhakti Upanikam,
Asnami, Prayatatmana,
Asnami, Prayatama,
Patram Puspam Phalam Toyam,
Patram Puspam Phalam Toyam,
Yo Me Bhaktya Prayachati,
Yo Me Bhaktya Prayachati,
Ta Aham Bhakti Upahitam,
Aham Bhakti Upanikam,
Asnami, Prayatatmana.
Asnami, Prayatma.
Please try. Can chant.
Patram Puspam Phalam Toyam,
Patram Puspam Phalam Toyam,
Yo Me Bhaktya Prayachati,
Tadam Bhakti Upahitam, Asnami Prayatatma,
Patram Puspam Phalam Toyam,
Patram Puspam Phalam Toyam,
Yo Me Bhaktya Prayachati,
Yo Me Bhaktya Prayachati,
Adaham Bhakti Uparitam,
Tadam Bhakti Upahitam,
Asnami Prayatatmana,
Asnami Prayatatma, Patram Puspam Phalam Toyam, Yo Me Bhaktya Prayachati, Tadam Bhakti Upahitam, Asnami Prayatatma, Patram Puspam Phalam Toyam, Yo Me Bhaktya Prayachati, Tadam Bhakti Upahitam, Asnami Prayatatma, Patram Puspam Phalam Toyam, Yo Me Bhaktya Prayachati, Tadam Bhakti Upahitam, Asnami Prayatatma. Modest. Word for word translation. Patram Puspam Phalam Toyam, Yo Me Bhaktya
Bhaktya Prayachati.
Taraham Bhakti Upayinitam Ashtami Prayatmanam. Word for word translation. Patram, a leaf. Pushpan, a flower. Phalam, a fruit. Toyam, water. Jaha, whoever. Man, unto me. Bhaktya, with devotion. Prayachati, office. That. Aham, I. Bhakti Upahiritam, offered in devotion. Ashnami, accept. Prayata Atmana, from one in pure consciousness. Translation and report by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta from the Prabhupada. Translation. If one offers me with love and devotion a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or water, I will accept it. Please repeat responsibly. If one offers me with love and devotion, a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or water, I will accept it. The purport by Prabhupada says, for the intelligent person, it is essential to be in Krishna consciousness, engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord, in order to achieve a permanent, blissful abode for eternal happiness. The process of achieving such a marvelous result is very easy and can be attempted even by the poorest of the poor, without any kind of qualification. The only qualification required in this connection is to be a pure devotee of the Lord. It does not matter what one is or where one is situated. The process is so easy that even a leaf or a little water or fruit can be offered to the Lord, to the Supreme Lord in genuine love, and the Lord will be pleased to accept it. No one therefore can be barred from Krishna or God consciousness, because it is so easy and universal. It is such a fool, who is such a fool that he does not want to be God conscious or Krishna conscious by this simple method, and thus attain the highest perfectional life of eternity, bliss and knowledge. Krishna wants only loving service and nothing more. God accepts even a little flower from his pure devotee. He does not want any kind of offering from a non-devotee. He is not in need of anything from anyone because he is self-sufficient. And yet, he accepts the offering of his devotee in an exchange of love and affection. To develop God consciousness or Krishna consciousness is the highest perfection of life. Bhakti or devotion is mentioned twice in this verse in order to declare more emphatically that bhakti or devotional service is the only means to approach Krishna, God. No other condition, such as becoming a Brahmana, a learned scholar, a very rich man, or a great philosopher, can induce God or Krishna to accept some offering. Without a basic principle of bhakti, that is devotion, nothing can induce the Lord to agree to accept anything from anyone. Bhakti, devotion, is never causal. The process is eternal. It is direct action in service to the absolute whole. Here, Lord Krishna, having established that he is the only enjoyer, the primeval Lord, and the real object of all sacrificial offerings, reveals that what types of sacrifices he desires to be offered. If one wishes to engage in devotional service to the Supreme in order to be purified and to reach the goal of life, the transcendental loving service of God, then one should find out what the Lord desires of him. One who loves Krishna, God, will give him whatever he wants. He avoids offering anything which is undesirable or unasked. Thus, meat, fish, and eggs should not be offered to God. If he desires such things as offerings, he would have said so. Instead, he clearly requests that a leaf, a fruit, flowers, and water be given to him. And he says of this offering, I will accept it. Therefore, we should understand that he will not accept meat, fish, and eggs. Vegetables, grains, fruit, milk, and water are the proper foods for human beings and are prescribed by the Lord himself. Whatever else we eat cannot be offered to him, since he will not accept it. Thus, we cannot be acting on the level of loving devotion if we offer such foods. In the 3rd chapter, verse 13, Lord Sri Krishna explains that only the remnants of sacrifice are purified and fit for consumption by those who are seeking advancement in life and release from the clutches of the material entanglement. Those who do not make an offering of their food, he says in the same verse, are eating only sin. In other words, their very mouthful is simply deepening their involvement in the complexities of material nature. But preparing nice, simple vegetable dishes, offering them before the Lord, and bowing down and praying for him to accept such a humble offering, enable one to advance steadily in life, to purify the body, and to create fine brain tissues, which will lead to clear thinking. Above all, the offering should be made with an attitude of love. Krishna, God has no need of food, since it already possesses everything that be. Yet, he will accept the offering of one who desires to please him in that way. The important element in preparation, in serving, and in offering is to act with love for God, Krishna. The impersonalist philosophers who wish to maintain that the absolute truth is without senses cannot comprehend this verse of Bhagavad Gita. To them, it is either a metaphor or proof of the mundane character of the Lord, the speaker of the Bhagavad Gita. But in actuality, Krishna, the Supreme Godhead, has senses, and it is stated that his senses are interchangeable. In other words, one sense can perform the function of any other. This is what it means to say that Krishna is absolute. Lacking senses, he would hardly be considered full in opulences. In the 7th chapter, Krishna has explained that he impregnates the living entities into material nature. This is done by his looking upon material nature. And so, in this instance, Krishna, hearing the devotee's words of love in offering foodstuffs, is wholly identical with his eating and actually tasting. This point should be emphasized because of his absolute position. His hearing is wholly identical with his eating and tasting. Only the devotee who accepts the Lord as he described himself without interpretation can understand that the supreme absolute truth can eat food and enjoy it. Hare Krishna. Oma Jnana Tibera Besia Jnana Salakaya Caksus Manulita Jnana Tasman Shri Pradena Maha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutani Shri Mate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Tinamini, Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini, Dharmasisa Sunyabadi Pasatya Disatarini. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, Patram Puspam Phalam Toyam Jomi Bhaktya Prayatati Tanaham Bhakti Upadivita Astameni Prayasat Manana. If one offers me with love and devotion a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or water, I will accept it. So once again, you are all welcome to today's Srimad Bhagavad Gita as a taste to discuss. We are very pleased to have you today. If today is your first time coming to the temple, you are warmly welcome. And like I said before, we hope that your coming will be pleased to your heart. In the Hare Krishna temple, we try as much as possible to focus so much on our destination. Our destination is so important because death is very inevitable. That one day all of us will leave this material world, and when we leave this material world, there is a place to go. So an intelligent person asks these three questions: where do I come from? Why am I here? And where will I go from here? Any intelligent person asks these three basic questions: where do I come from? Why am I here? And where will I go from here? If you're a human being without asking these questions, it means you don't even understand that you're a human being. For an animal, the only goal in life is to eat and satisfy its belly. So you see the animals, from morning to the time they go back to sleep, they keep on looking for food. The human being should have a different lifestyle. The human being should ask, where do I come from? Why am I here in the first place? And where will I go from here? So because of this, the Krishna consciousness movement actually emphasizes so much on the destination. Today's topic talks about giving. So I entitled it The Power of Giving. In fact, many of us in this room, many of us in this world, almost everybody is aspiring to receive some things from God, from nature. So many of us in the morning, when we wake up from bed and we want to pray, we ask so many things. My dear Lord, protect me. My dear Lord, take care of my family. My dear Lord, help me so that my business can boom. If you don't have a husband, you are asking for husband from God. If you don't have a wife, you do so by asking God. We keep on demanding from God every day. But there's one mistake here. And the mistake is, if you don't give, you are not qualified to receive. If you don't give, you are not qualified to receive. So if your intention in life is to receive without giving, then I'm telling you, you are unqualified. In this verse, the Lord is emphasizing on giving. The Lord is the creator of everything. He is the owner of everything. He owns everything in abundance. By his who says, if you offer me with a fruit, a leaf, a flower, even water, with love, then I will accept it. asking this not because he is in the need of anything. No. He is self-sufficient. The Lord is not asking you water because he lacks water. Because in the first place, all the waters in the world was created by him. And apart from all the body of waters around, the rain that falls, he controls it. So if the Lord is in need of water, he doesn't need to request you to give you water because he is the source of water. Not only he is the source of water, but he is the taste in water. So, a personality with that kind of sufficiency, what is the need for him to request water from you? Is it flour that you want to offer to the Lord? Are you the one that designed the flower? Do you know how the flower came about? The Lord is the creator. He is behind everything material. So why would the Lord ask us to offer him with flour? Is it fruit you want to offer God? The mango, are you the one who planted the mango? If you are the one that planted the mango, where do you get the seed of the mango from? Are you the one who planted the seed? The Lord owns the mango. By asking you, if you offer him the fruit, I will accept it. In fact, the Lord is so merciful. And you know this law, that without giving, one cannot receive. And the Lord wants to give you mercy, but you need to qualify yourself before mercy comes. So the Lord asks you, offer me with water, fruit, leaf. If you do this with love and devotion, then the Lord is pleased to accept it. And as soon as he accepts it, spontaneously, mercy is granted. And then whatever your heart desires will be given. But unfortunately, we keep on demanding, and we are not ready to give anything in return. That is our problem. We will keep on lacking if we refuse to give. No, I mean, we can learn from many things in life. See, if I want to give you this, you'll see that my hand will be up here, but you that you want to receive it, your hand will be down here. Those who keep on receiving will always remain down there, and those who give remain up. It's a science. Those that give always, they will remain on top, and those that want to always receive, they remain down here. But the Lord doesn't wish you to be down there all the time. That's why he's expecting you or requesting you to offer, to give him something. And when you give those things, not because he's in need of them, because he's self-sufficient, but he wants you to qualify yourself to become a candidate for receiving. But unfortunately, it's like to speak cheap. Yes, Jnana Udaki, Jagana Maradis Badraki, Shabahu. So, what I'm trying to say here is, there we are, one of them who vampire, every day, one of them who vampire, you need God to give you something. Now, so many times see the answer. So, we will be able to me a man, and now they are waiting here. If you say, a man said, answer waiting here, as a man. So, if you are somebody who is very, vigilant or very observant in life, you will understand that those who give always, constantly, they have the capability of giving all the time. That should tell you that when you give, you don't lose. When you give, whatever you possess doesn't minimizes. When you give, you will always be in the position of giving. Those who always receive and receive and receive, they are always asking and demanding for. Because if you want to receive alone, yes, you will be put in a position whereby you have to be receiving. So please, today I really want to talk to you about giving. And I hope before this class ends, you will change the way you understand life. you will change your perception about giving. Giving is a science. It is a science. Science means truth. So 1 plus 1 will give you 2. That is science. Hydrogen molecule by oxygen will give you water. H2O is science. You cannot break 1, add 1, and expect that you get 2. No. And you get 3 or 1. It's not possible. 1 plus 1 will give you 2 in science. So if you want to receive, you should be ready to give. And when we talk about giving, we are not talking about only physical giving. Huh? When we say give, it is only about physical giving. Giving can be in many forms. As I'm speaking to you, I am giving you what I possess. Okay? So you don't say, okay, me, I don't have anything to offer, I don't have anything to give. No, you have something to give. If you cannot even give your knowledge, you can give a smile as a sign of appreciation, and that is giving. Just by saying thank you after receiving something is also giving. Many of us are so ungrateful. So ungrateful to the point that even a common thank you, a common smile after receiving something from nature, we are devoid of that. We always demand and demand and demand, and whatever is given is not enough. I tell you, you will always remain in that situation so that you keep on demanding. You know, all the big guys in the world, those who have been giving, I'm talking about those who have philanthropists, who have been giving charity to places, you know, they keep on giving all the time. Huh? They keep on giving all the time. There are so many countries that don't believe in the existence of God. If you go to the US, even though on their dollar, in God we trust, is there, but I'm telling you, the percentage of people in America who believe in the existence of God is not as many as those who doesn't believe in the existence of God. They don't have time to even go to the church. They don't have time to even go to the mosque or the temple. They are always busy. But there's one thing they don't forget. They give. Your government stays here and they squander all the money. At the end of the year, the white man will still spend his money as grants, and then you will be smiling and taking it. You will never progress for you to be able to give, because always you want to receive and you don't want to give anything. So yes, they don't even believe in God, they don't do praise the way you do, but materially they are always progressing because they understand this law. Giving would qualify you to receive. But here's the case: you want to receive but you don't want to give. I'm sorry. You keep on suffering and struggling in whatever situation you find yourself because it's a law. You can be the most powerful devotee. You chant all the mantras, all the slokas in the scriptures. If you refuse to give, you will get the benefit of devotional service. When you die, you go back to Godhead. But finances, wealth will be very difficult to attain. See, we need to understand this science. Most of the time, I find it very difficult to explain the way I feel within myself. How people need to understand that our situation will improve as soon as we begin to share whatever relationship we have with others. Our material situation is going to change as soon as we begin to desire to share whatever we possess with other people. You have 100 Ghana cedis, somebody is in need of 2 cedis, and you think the 100 Ghana cedi is not enough for you and your family, but the person in need of the 2 cedi can go to hell. Then you expect that God will give you more? No, you are not qualified. You are not qualified. See, God gives us so that we can be blessing to those who need them. 2 Ghana cedi might not be anything to you, but somebody on the street, 2 Ghana cedis is a blessing to him. So if you are able to take only 2 cedis out of the 100 Ghana cedis, the person becomes a blessing. And because you give, your 100 Ghana cedis will actually multiply. It will not be reduced. Science. think God is just some small boy you can trick. There's a story, some two boys, they were sent to go and buy something with 5 Ghana cedis. So on their way going, the money got missing because they were playing on the road. So they kept on looking for this 5 Ghana cedis for a very long time. They couldn't find it. Then one of them said, "My dear God, please, we were sent with this money. If you don't buy this thing, there will be problems for us in the house. My dear Lord, please help us. If you allow us to have this money, we will give you 2 cedis." And the second one beat him. We are home. They sent us to go and buy with 5 Ghana cedis, and I tell them, "You give me 2 cedis." He said, "Keep quiet, the dada." You are laughing, it's very funny. Because it is, I'm talking about 2 children. You are the person I'm talking about. You are the person I am talking about in your life. The same thing you keep on doing. My dear Lord, if you give me this, I'm going to give you that. But what you have already, you are not giving. You think God is some small boy you can just deceive. That's why you think God is some small boy that you can just deceive. No, God knows your heart. See, I'm telling you, today's topic is the power of giving. You must give if you want to receive. Because if you don't give, you are not even qualified in the first place to ask. So it is not only with material things. You need love of Godhead. You must give. So Krishna is saying here, you must give me flower, give me all these things. But add something, love and devotion. By doing so, he will see you that you are qualified so that he can also give. It doesn't mean the Lord cannot give you if you don't. He can't give you if you don't give to him. He can do that. But he doesn't want to spoil his children. If you are a very good father, you want to teach your kids good etiquette, good principles, so that they become good children. So you buy biscuits for your daughter, your son, and you tell them, "Kofi, give me some." It is not that you don't have the money to buy the biscuit. You bought the biscuit with your own money. You bought it yourself. And you can decide to chew it yourself, but you gave it to him. Why are you asking him to give you some of the biscuit back? If you want to chop biscuit, I might go and buy your own biscuit and chop, because you have the money. But you want to put some discipline into your baby. So, Kofi, can you give me some of the biscuit? And if this baby doesn't give you, if you're a very responsible father, you feel very sad in your heart. How can this my boy behave like this? I just bought you a biscuit with my own money, and I'm telling you to give to me, and then you put it behind you like this. As a good father, you begin to wonder what kind of lifestyle this your boy is going to live. And you keep on asking until when he gives you. And as soon as you see he really gives you, as a father, your heart gladdens and then you smile. The same way you feel after buying for your son, and then you request for me and he gives you, the way you feel, the same way God feels when he gives you something and you offer it in return to him. And when the heart of God is pleased, abundance abounds. When the heart of God is pleased with you, abundance abounds. So why are you struggling in life, crying all the time, complaining that I don't have this, I don't have that? You don't have because the little you have, you are not giving. Sense. But also, we don't give because we want to receive. We give because it is a duty to give. You get it here? Now, it shouldn't become your philosophy that for me, I want to always give so that I can receive. It is not wrong, but good givers, that's it. Demand for any returns. Some time ago, I gave something to somebody, and the person was happy. God bless you, God bless you, God bless you. So I wanted the person to have a different dimension of how I think, or how I think. So I told him, I don't need God to bless me for giving you. For me to be able to give in the first place is the blessings of God. You don't give for God to bless you. You are blessed, that's why you are able to give. So you don't give to people because your God bless me. No. If you are in a position of giving, it means you have been blessed in the first place. If this is your philosophy in life, you will never lack money. The philosophy is, God has blessed me. That's why I have only 50 cities in my life. The 50 cities might not be enough for you. But I tell you, somebody is looking for one Ghana city. Huh? You have 50 Ghana cities, you think it's not enough, and you are complaining and you think this is too small for me. How can I maintain my family with 50 Ghana cities? And you are crying. Somebody is expecting only one Ghana city at that moment. The person is not having it. So if you think you need to have a money full of this before you give, you are not a good person. And that person who is having only 2 Ghana cities, he is complaining. How can I have 2 Ghana cities? This is not enough for me. Yes, it is very small. But somebody somewhere don't have even kobo. A single cent, the person is not having. And not only that, probably he's in a situation, he is very sick that he needs money, not even a coin. See, whatever situation you find yourself, I tell you it's a blessing, and you need to first accept that, appreciate that, then you qualify yourself to receive many things from God. Else, you keep on complaining about this, complaining about that, thinking that just by complaining you amass the whole world. No, it is not true. By complaining you don't get anything. What will generate something for you is you giving whatever you have. There are people that don't have anything. If you are devoting the temple, you don't have money to give, but you have the intelligence. You sit on the outside, you speak to devotees. The words are in difficulty, you call them and talk to them and give them advice. You are giving. When you give, you get. So please, let us learn. If we can't give anything, at least we can give appreciation. We can give appreciation and thank God. God, thank you for giving me everything. I'm so grateful. Thank you. And even if you can't open your mouth because you are too stingy in giving anything, at least you can smile. Smile to God. Smile to somebody. And tell the person, thank you. See, at the end of the year, people who work in the company, they want to show some appreciation to the CEO of the company. So maybe they go to the market, they buy some plantain, they buy some small rice, and maybe some chicken, if they're Chinese, to go and offer to the CEO. The CEO has his own company. He employed him. He's paying every month. What will your small rice and oil and tomato do to the CEO? But you want to show some appreciation. And as soon as you give to him, this man can buy so much, but he will receive it with some happiness in the heart. Wow, so this man remembers me. Wow, thank you. Not because maybe that man died, and even that week, he has got so many rice and oil given to many people. But you remembered him and gave him some small oil and rice, he will be happy and smile. Thank you. See, let me tell you one thing. If you want to capture the heart of God in the sense of you getting some abundance in life, you should position yourself to give whatever little you have. Share. You might think that what you have is not enough, but I tell you, somebody is in need of that. Somebody is in need of it. Give that. When you give, you qualify yourself to receive. It's a science. Anytime the cloud becomes very cloudy, you see the whole place is very dark. Since now we are to make up of him because most of them might pursue. When I had a fair. It is something I told them from the door. Who wants in that class? Not if it are. When you give to yourself, your aura becomes very dark. When you give, you become warriors. The rivers doesn't accommodate any dangerous forms of fishes. Because the rivers give their waters to the ocean. But the oceans accommodate all the dangerous creatures in the world. Because the sea gives, takes without giving. So all the dangerous is in the sea. Terrible, terrible one. If you like, try to watch this program on the TV, you see the kind of creatures in the ocean. Very terrible ones. You see the sharks and all that. Because the ocean always take water and keep. So all the dangerous creatures in the world can be found in the sea. The rivers will give you some tilapia, some fishes and those things because they keep on giving all their water to the ocean. The more you give to yourself, the darker your aura becomes. The more you give to other people, the brighter your aura becomes. So I am telling you, whatever you need in life, is it spiritual? Is it physical? Is it emotional? Is it anything? Please, learn to give. And when you're able to give, you qualify yourself in the first place of receiving. Because this is the law of nature. Hare Krishna. I would like to give you more time to ask questions. We are going up to 3:30, so we have about 45 minutes. So if you have any question, the microphone is here, you take it and then ask the question. Thank you.
I remember. Patrol, besides thank you for a wonderful teaching. Besides, my image physically. When I'm to me, child, but do a grown so moon give be to me now. So I wanted to know, say, the almost is here. I just say, they call it next life man, and now say, I'll get to Jnana and pray prayer. Because we know trim on your media map and now.
So, Prabhu's question is, we're talking about giving to receive, but there are some people they keep on giving, but when they are in need, no one seems to assist them. But Prabhu, they are telling me, say, woman, what do you have? But you sow the seed, and that seed will germinate. Say, Jnana will be a baby in one of the tear. Many a times, you know, one year we have to see a decision for the emphasis here. Samson or Papaya way is here. The decisions on the 8-year embassy here. But another wow, at times, you know, I have been saying, me man, and so the watching will be on my the minimum benefit to be out. Wouldn't be a walker. When you'll be away a driver, at times you would drive very careless bar, not asking the years. The same mistake now we hear. Obi a when you ask them. Young people come to say what is a papa we are on them to be a man. Ya give me a boy. Okoto paladinum kekea. Omoto. Saya the corner. Obinya bino. And not to call the book. Ya get surgery over the. And I'm saying young people 1 minute to something. What is a papa we are back for no? And go home. At times, you know, Ayana, Yadi, and so see a baby, I had this evening. Yes, I didn't go from Eddie. The American child say, woman, Ubinya. The entire woman, we say, when young people were not more for what way you must see was said, what afro. Those who are in need, these angels, it is their duty to help them. But these angels, because they don't have physical body, they cannot even come down and give or help. Joe said, what is there? You man, now we go out from now. Say, I'm going to go for who say, I'm going to say, I say, I tell you, no, to me. There be a young physical world and a winner. Never be a local my idea, Pasaba, huh? Young people then who can make a difference the whole year. Don't call hospital that. Hey, they can come again before the edge. And so you have every week be asked of hospital. As I said, yes, the man and coupon, whatever situation we find ourselves. Now, young woman said, Papa Piana, the seems to answer the way you ever. Instead, the American says, see, so walk over here will be out here. Now, I'm punching. Yes, I see that we are punching and we know who are associated. You don't have a court, they can not use a better. What is the 2 year? Now you don't court. Now you do us a adjournment. You could have 2-3 years.
And send now one and a year in the Switzerland when I got the Abba. Compare the girl in the Becca. They say here, Cordier for 6 months. But one and a year, the young the one and the Switzerland on the buy. It takes some time. Sounds now we papa. Every year the Switzerland on the mother same time. But I'm telling you, any good thing you do, the results will come to you either today, tomorrow, or next life, or whatever it is. One thing, you will be able to have a for you don't mean I bet it will answer with BBM, but almost I can be BBM. And they are woman and a woman shadow. About in the previous life. Another thing you only get one and put a dream. I put a woman idea on the power of the best and cry, and I'm Fumina. Also, you're never a not a power thing, property. Then be an oya. And it will be our millions to be an inch in a brand. Also, we can walk and put a dream with Timmy, who young you. Oh, my grandmother and the brother of somebody, no man. And the dear boy, then my own company. You won't play over your moon. So the American said, from the beginning, was here a man, and 2 babies to women. The American said, so woman was a becker. Men are so my papas are about one kind to begin. No. Men will be super one and ever super papa. Super papa was a woman. Men will be super one and 1 hour something. Emma also get a Munja super papa. And I'm telling you, I can give 1 million testimonies when it comes to giving. So I can tell you, maybe a personal testimony to those who needs. When you give, you will get it. Say a man now trying to back. Men die. So because the whole thing said, but now I said, why papa? Why not your papa? To me, what I know is say, Uma, Ubenya.
So, me massacre, is it not necessary to say, Sikana many are
it is not necessary to Sikana.
It's like, yes, because you say, can say, come like this. Some people beer, who never come in.
But here is the case there. We're trying to say that me man, Yakupon bet media, call other side like me, the side there, me, and the Pasawasa. But I would like to know that when we come to come and you say, you come over here, who never come in. But here it seems like I'm a little bit buffer.
Yes, Kama kaso hukumu bini ebi hukumu bia. Area hukumu bino what they two the money by the pay the year. By the time so Kama no dey hukumu you got to you be sure that kana kasa am want ye ya bad na go. So definitely it is not exactly what you did, the rest of the labor. There is something bigger. The ever say be all be and Ghana city. Why don't you be more and Ghana city? When you are the other one why don't you be able to say can you want to say much you. I never know I see me be a machine rather say okay. Tonight we will go to the taxi. One mouse guy. By you telling it's a taxi, you don't have anything. So God will always give you something superior to what you give. But it will always benefit you. It might be money, it might be anything, but always the result is bigger than the cost. Thank you. Addition. Why? Okay, ask. Yes.
Please, I want to know. Giving. What should be our mood and mode of giving?
Okay, the mode of giving is to give with love and devotion. So that when you are giving to somebody, you don't expect that I am giving to this man so that I will also receive. That kind of giving is called charity in the mode of passion. You are giving expecting that you will receive something. That is not the best of charity. The best giving is you give as a sense of duty. Somebody is in need and I have it, so I am giving to this person to make the person happy. It ends there. But the law is, because you are giving, definitely there's going to be some repercussions that are very positive on you. So please, when you are giving, the mode is, I have to do this as a sense of duty. Like right now I'm a devotee, so when I'm going to the temple, I don't have to go empty-handed. Some of you don't know. When you're coming to the temple, never come empty-handed. You're coming to see the Lord, carry something, you can do some fruit, carry some flour. Maybe you can buy some water, you see some people have got water there, put it in front of the gate. When you're going out, the Lord will never see you going back without giving you something. See, anytime you want to go and visit your boyfriend, or say your girlfriend, if you're a very good boyfriend or a very good girlfriend, what you do is you buy something nice, a gift, right? Because maybe 5 months you've not seen this person and you are yearning to see him or to see her, you buy something. So as soon as you see her or see him, say, Mandy, I got this for you. Wow! He's so happy. And before you leave, he or she will make sure he gives something in return. This we call love exchanges. If you love somebody, you must offer the person something. If you offer the person something, then now you qualify yourself to receive something from the person. If you are a lady and you are in a relationship with a man, and this man is always demanding, he comes to your house and tells you, please, I'm coming and I want to eat fufu. You buy the fufu, finish this man eat the fufu. And when he was coming, he carries a rubber bag. I have a dirty cloth I want you to wash for me. You do all that. And then the next morning, you just look and say, okay, I'll call you when I get home. Huh? And it keeps on happening like this for say about 2-3 years. If you are very intelligent, you will tell yourself, how come you see for too much? How come you see for too much? When they be our no one, we do one our people. Samson, now you're a bad man. Now when you're bad in the tenant, they be an or bow or buy how much will be an Mipemumu. Or from Bibiana, Mipemumu. Or from Tam Biana or the problem people to any. And no one single job, like I said. My person about Jnana to meet me as you are going to be the other one. And now one back. Or buy an penalty, people who go off apply now, proud fee, no, that. Or here be that. Maybe I did the other people. Okay, seven breakers, what you better when you that? Look at the now, Papa, and all that. Why am I here? Love means giving and taking. Okay? So the mood is I am giving as a sense of duty. But I tell you, say a law to the woman one day, it will come to you. And many devotees will testify. Many devotees. I remember this story is not the first time. I remember when I joined school newly, I was just a backer. I was doing my marketing course, and I remember very well we were supposed to register for our final exams. It was £90. Around 1996. £90. So I have worked like that and I've gotten the money. So it was on Sunday. I said on Monday I will go and pay my registration fee. It was this diploma in marketing from British course. So on Sunday, that time Prabhupada have come here from Burkina Faso or Liberia. And he said there's some war in Liberia or Sierra Leone or somewhere. There were some deities. Is it correct or something? One of the deities was left there. So BT from said that you have to go back to either Sierra Leone or Liberia, I've forgotten the country, to go and bring the other side. I remember it's either Mitai left there or Bora was there, one of them. So they announced, we were neophytes, I mean, we have just come newly, the same way you were here, a new person, you don't know anything, you are not a real man. If you want to see Asian people with their design on their forehead and everything, you are even afraid of them, like you. So I was just sitting down. I was a new man, new member, I don't know anything about this movement. The only is that something tells me that this place is special. Your food, the scent here, the smell, everything seems to be kind of like something spiritual to me. So I was sitting down, Robert and I was standing here. That time the proper deity, this chair was this side, it was here. So I said, hey, I have my £90. It is in cities, I'll have to go and change it on Monday. My class used to be in the evening, 3 o'clock, so I can go and pay for my registration. And this man, the way he's speaking, that all devotees should do something about it is important. The Lord had to be taken from Sierra Leone or Liberia, forgotten the country back to Ghana. So I was just there when I said, okay, I'll go and give the money. So I went there and I gave to Babushabas. So okay, this is what I want to give. So the devotees also gave. Now I'm thinking tomorrow how to go and pay my registration. So in the morning, I used to work with some Canadian company in Pashiman. So there's this man who had been my friend. I used to shave. I was in barbering. So early in the morning, I'll pass through Bubuashi that way. I have my scissors like that inside some small bag. I will shave some people before I go to work. You don't believe me? We are hustlers. And then people see you and they think everything, you have everything rosy. I have slept in Lotto kiosk for like 2 months. In the morning, all my face will be swollen like that. I never knew that the kiosk was not actually on the level floor. It was this way. So my head was this side. Every morning, all my face will be swollen. And when you are going to sleep, that time this pure water sachet, penny, you buy it and keep it in the. You buy it and. Okay, we'll be able to question you have. Maybe I may understand. So in the morning, when you go up in the morning, you use that penny water and then wash your face before the little people will come. For more than 2 months, I was doing that. So in the morning, I was thinking it's the water that was creating that. Before one woman, that I was nice to her, she said, why are you having this swelling all the time? I said, I don't know. For the past 2 months, every day when I wake up, all my face is swelling. I said, look at the kiosk. It's not straight. I said, okay. So I started sleeping the other way around. And it's hard again to sleep in the little kiosk. It's not a big one. I'm a short man, but still I have to raise my leg this way. It was a terrible experience for a very long time. I have suffered in my life. We walked to Libya for 21 good days on the desert. You will not believe it when you see Jnana has I think I've never suffered before. We have suffered before. So that day I used to go and I would be doing bad bread. I'm a very good baba. I'm telling you. That's what I did. I would go and save like that. So I was saving the children. And I was speaking English with the kids. So the man was in the room. So he came and said, you are that educated and you are doing this fabric. As actually I'm doing my marketing diploma course. And in fact, even today I have to even go and pay my registration. I don't even have it, so I have to work today before. The man said, how much? I said, it's 90 pounds. And then you have to buy some pamphlet and all that. When I finished shaving the children, about 3 of them, this man came and he handed me with money. This money was 5 times more than the 90 pounds. So I said, I just like you. You should go and pay for your registration and make sure you study. The way I see you, you become somebody. The man was a pastor. You become somebody in the future. So you should go and study. When the man gave me the money, I started shedding tears. Not because I was just too happy for the money, but I was telling myself, these are Christian people, these people are different people. I just gave yesterday, and today, here am I, I'm receiving 3 times how much I gave. So I had faith, and from that time, anybody who has been around me knows, when I have, I want to share. It's a secret. When you give to the Lord will give you back in abundance. So, brother, please, we must give in the mode that it is sense of duty. Let me give. The Lord will never allow you to go home without He giving you more than what you give. Hare Krishna. So the question here, someone asked, okay, but said, do we consider taking care of our children as giving? Yes. Taking care of your wife, your husband, your kid is also a form of giving. But you need to understand that it is not only your wife and children in this world. There are other people around, so your giving should not only always be centered on your wife and your children. As you are taking care of your wife and children, take care of other people as well. Because it is not only your wife and your children are in this world. So another question?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Okay.
You was with me, so I to say, Krishna Shah. You back to Mega Mesro Kakra. Me papa aka bibiri afa omaho. Na kakra me so beka afa ho ene se. Oma aya de bia edimu ne sombo kese pa e wo na ansa na ba ko ema no etwa se ofri akoma nyine mu eni adwe nyine mu na se te sa dia na ende ade no ne ma esombo ne dimu nti o se be o se be bia e ko no e ko ya de pa e de mfa so bie e be bre adasan so ne sent no fa ne sɛ akora yi ana wahono no wa ni agye no open asɛm na wopɛ sɛ ɔsesa no deɛ di kan wei no wɔ wakoma mu nneɛma a ɔtɔsi wɔ ho nneɛma a sɛde ohia honam mu a wo wakoma mu gyere sɛ wobɛtumi de aboa no firi wakoma mu na ɛyɔ ɛma no ebie ɛwɔ nyame mu no ɔse sɛ wode ma a ɔno so de bɛma wɔ ho du enti no sɛ wobɛ nyame mu nso a firi wakoma mu nyinaa ne fa ma dangerous mu baabi a wobɛma na sɛ woma na anko nyame mu a ɛyɛ dangerous ana mɛmo adwene so nyɛ wɔ sɛ wode ama neyɛ ne nsɛnkyerɛnne a dɛ ne w'akyiri no w'ani anye ho enti wombaa bio deɛ di kan obi a wɔno sɛ wobɛma a wankasa no wee wo ho wɔ wakoma mu hunu sɛ adeɛ wei ɛda wakoma so sɛ wopɛ sɛ woyɛ ne hunu sɛ saa da no wobɛyɛ ama no asi bi ama no asɔ nyame ani sɛ wotumi yɛ wei a wo nso bɛnya nyame mu nhyira wadɔ yɛ na ɛnkɔkwa ano yie bɛba nyame nhyira
Hare Krishna. Yeah, thank you so much, Prabhu. I think that you said so much. Thank you. There are some few hands out there. I've seen them 2 hands there. After from here, you can say it.
Hare Krishna.
Haribo. We still have some time because we do RT as said in the next 20 minutes we have time.
My question is, do we have to be selective in our giving? Last month I met someone, I went to see Mami at Sananda. So when we descended, I was outside there, a woman approached me with a little girl. And she said she has not eaten since morning. And actually that day I didn't have money. I had little. And I was thinking about what I'll even use within that week. So I told myself, no, I can't give this money out to her because she might be a drug addict. So let me find a place to buy food and give to her. And there were no vegetarian food.
Yeah.
So I walked to a seller and I asked her the price. I bought the bamboo. And I asked her to buy what she wants. She bought with fish and paid. Yeah, I paid with water. I bought water too. But after I felt bad because I don't take meat and fish. I had to buy for someone. And I was confused.
Okay, I get Prabhu's question. So the question is, most of the time you find yourself outside, somebody's a name, and looking at the person's situation, you think maybe this person might misuse my money, so let me buy a food or something for the person. See, you don't have to be discriminatory when you give it to people. In fact, when you have to give, don't even think. If you want to give, don't even think about it, just go ahead and give. We have 3 levels of charity. Charity in the mode of ignorance, charity in the mode of passion, and charity in the mode of goodness. The best one is to give all your gifts or charities in a godly place when we worship God. That's the best. That at least 90% you assume that the money will be used in a way that will benefit you, the giver. When you give on the street, it is kind of risky. Because whatever you give, if the person misappropriates it, some of the karma comes to you. And if the person uses it properly, also some of the good karma comes to you. So the devotees at times we are torn between do I have to give to this garment or not. Me, I give. If when I'm driving like this and in the traffic, I see someone begging me, you know, I'm the type, I follow my intuition. When my intuition tells me to give, I give. When my intuition says no, I don't. So once I was reading a book that was written by Baptist International teacher, Papa Master, and I saw something and it actually emboldened me to give any time I want to give. He said, many a times we find people in need out there and we are actually afraid to help them by giving them money because we think if they misappropriate that money, we have to face the consequences. But don't be selfish.
though you know that you might be punished by giving to somebody who is going to misappropriate it, but your love supersedes the risk you are taking. The same thing that happened to Baraj. Okay? He said that if the Lord wants, he should take everybody from hell, so that only him will go and suffer. It doesn't mean that he's not afraid of hell, but his love for the salvation of other people supersedes his fear of going to hell. So I'm not saying that you should go out and giving things to people like that. But see, when you're helping somebody, let that help alone become the yardstick of helping people. The best thing is to help godly people come to the temple, the mosque, the church, whatever you can give, and the money will be used to serve God. Or maybe you see some widow around your area, some orphan around your area. You don't say, this orphan, if I give the money now, they might go and use it to go and eat meat and fish, so I will do it. No, you should do that. Jesus Christ, according to the Bible, fed 5,000 people with fish and bread. Many people used to, debate with us when we are having some discussion about meat eating. They will tell you, but even Jesus Christ gave fish to people to eat. So who are you to tell me fish is not good? But the point is, Jesus gave them fish to eat because that's the food they eat. And he wanted to sustain them so that they will stand there and listen to his preaching. So if you read the Bible, it says that the disciples approached him and they said, Master, it is getting late. The food we had here is not even enough for we the 12. So you should allow these people to go to the city to go and look for something to eat. And the Lord said, no, they have to stand here and listen to the word of God. Then Christ asked them, what do you have? And they said, what we have is not even enough for we the 12. Then someone said, oh, I have some bread. Oh, I have some fish. I said, break it. And then he raised it and he blessed it, and these people ate. And because of that, they stood there, they listened to his lecture, and many of them got changed. So many a times, we should not be thinking about the risk we are taking. We should be focused on the love we are showing to people. This woman that you gave this, if one day she finds out that this person is an additional person, anytime you see additional people, she will remember the good gesture towards her by you and say, these additional people are very good people. So that your small deed will actually magnify the unification people. So many a time, the best place is to give in a godly place where the money will be used properly. But anytime somebody's in need, don't even think, help the person. If you have pressure with you, you give. If you take this person the way he looks like you see these donkey people, you see them, you know they smoke. These people, they smoke in their hand, but they take cocaine and you know. And they say they're hungry. Then you know, food. Yes, fish is bad, but it's more dangerous for the person to go and take cocaine than taking fish. So better buy the food for the person to eat. It is not the best, but don't take heed. When somebody's in need, go ahead and help the person. God will also consider the love you show, even if you have to receive some punishment. Captain Maran told me, I was asking Maran, going to the altar. There are so many principles and so many rules there. So at times, if you go in there, if you know that you are not so pure, now you begin to think, hey, I'm going to the altar, so I'm afraid I'm not going. Devoting this way. Maran said, you are thinking of committing some apparatus, some crime, some offense on the altar. That's why you don't want to go. But are you forgetting about the service you will render to the Lord also? So focus on the service you want to render, not the offense you commit. So if you focus on the law and the service, the Lord is able to magnify you. So please, when somebody is in need, we shouldn't even take help. The best thing is to help in a godly place, like you come here, you have some fun. Some devotees here, they are working every month, they will bring milk. That's what they're thinking about. Every month they will bring the milk, okay, I have it. Some people buy rice, buy oil. This is the best. But it doesn't mean when you're out there, somebody is in need, it's okay, me, I'm a business person, I am not giving to you. No, you are a neophyte person. A neophyte devotee thinks this way. It's only the Lord I know. And the devotee is a neophyte. He actually considered the non-devotees that they also need the mercy of the Lord. So whatever way you can help, please go ahead and help. But the best thing is to render service in the church, in the temple, in the mosque where they are worshiping God, because your funds will be geared towards pleasing the Lord. And that's the best, but it doesn't mean that when somebody is in need out there, you don't have the person. I saw some 2 hands there. Please, you can go ahead and ask a question. We have 15 minutes more to do faster.
it's not about this topic, so I want to.
Okay, ask fast.
Okay. But the question is, in the Bible, our Numbers 18-year-old baby, Yankupon can say we should not tend to people that practice fortune telling and then use astrologers.
Okay.
But how do we say family name also?
Okay. Okay. Wow, very good question. Yeah, many a times people used to ask me these questions. Many times you are talking about astrology and all that. But the truth of the matter, they say, Brilliant and instruction, you know. As I say, science instruction as a pay. Because I didn't you want to fake, you know. It means that you are original one, Tiana one. Because I didn't a fake, it means that you are an original one. So why will God tell some people say, Medicine? Okay, can't Bible. I think why you speak from Basa Solution. Bible will say, your wall. And Crophobia Bible from the Indians of war. Or say they were wise men. And anytime the Bible talks about wise men, it's actually referring to their level of credibility. So the wise men came from the east because they saw the star of the baby Jesus. They followed the star until when they got to Bethlehem and they met Mary and Joseph with the baby. And they told the parents that this your boy is going to be a very great king. So we saw his star and we decided to come and worship him. So who were those people? They were astrologers. Because they read the star and they saw the star of the king. So they followed it. When they came, they gave the baby some gift. So the future of Jesus Christ was foretold to the parents. That is astrology. This 3 items that was given to Jesus when he grew up, the parents told him that, see, when we gave birth to you, some people from the east came here. They said they saw your star somewhere, that you're going to be a very great person, you're going to have many disciples, you'll be so famous. That is astrology. And when they came, they gave you 3 things. Don't forget the Bible said these guys were wise men. For a wise person to give you things represents something. They gave incense. They gave gold. And they gave him some shade earth. So these 3 things, it all represents something. And Jesus understood what this item represents. The gold is a sign of power and authority. That this baby is going to possess so much power and authority. They gave him incense. Incense signifies spiritual advancement. It signifies purity. So this your boy is going to be so much advanced spiritually. He's going to be a pure person. And then the earth represents where we go after death. This your boy, he is going to tell people and teach people where they will go from here. So when Jesus got to 12 years, the parents told him that this is what happened when you took your birth. Jesus left Israel and he changed them, he followed them until when he got to where these white people were. Have you ever noticed that in your Bible from the age of 12 to the age of 30, there's nothing said about Jesus in the Bible? Have you taken the trouble to find out where he was? From the age of 12 up to the age of 30, there was not one single thing that was said about the Messiah, the Savior. You know why? Because he was not in Israel. He was not in Israel. He trained, he followed these people that came, those astrologers. Christ went and stayed with them for 18 good years. Go to India, they're going to put it, you understand? So somebody tell me astrology is evil, the person is talking. You know, if I give you $2 bills, one is fake, one is original, it will be very, very difficult for you to differentiate. So there are fake things. Whatever we do here, you can go and see other people doing somewhere. They are having something on the altar, and they are having their cutting animal throat, they are putting blood and egg. Shrine. This is the altar, everything is so nice. By something, the replica of this one is what idol worshippers are doing, killing animals, calling libation, putting eggs and the feathers of animals. When you go there, the place is so nasty. You know? Smelling like that. Yes, sir. It smells like anything. And you see, at time the water, they will put some water in some pot there, and you see cocoa oil inside, they go and bath it. Everything is so bad. You know, if you're not very careful, you think that idol worship and deity worship is the same thing. So I'm telling you, the Bible is talking about those who are doing all rubbish things. Whatever we do here is pure, it's divine. We are not doing this because the Bible says so. Because we started doing it before the Bible was written. All that we are doing here, we are not doing because the Bible says so. We are doing it because this thing has been there since time immemorial. So Jesus himself, the horoscope was read to the parents. Yes, your son is going to be a king, a very powerful person for that matter. Everybody will come and worship him. That's why we came, because of the take this thing and give to him. Jesus, 12 years, he was informed. He started following these people. He got there. Jesus Christ actually went there to go and study many things. When he came back to Israel, anything this Bible says, whatever Jesus will say, they will never understand. This is the teaching of the East. Jesus Christ said, this place is not your home. Our home is not here, it's in the kingdom of God. That is Eastern teaching. So my brother, people can go ahead and say whatever they want to say. They are in ignorance. At times when you see children on the street, at the back of the house, they have a small pot and they are cooking. You see, at times you put some sand inside and put some water, some tomatoes and put there, and after you say you want to eat it, you are eating. When the kids, if you dare, you go and try to scatter them, they will cry the whole day. Why are we preparing our food and you are coming to the server? But you're the mature person on this no food. These guys are just playing. So people are playing outside there. But they're not there to play because it's important. When you are mature, you understand that those small people you're putting there now, it's a joke. They can go ahead and do whatever they want to think. We are so mature that we don't want to pay attention to all this kind of these years. Horoscope, astrology, all these things are not too bad. Shepard, when he took his bed, Isaiah told him, this boy, when he's 70 years, he is going to cross the ocean and he's going to have so many temples, 108 temples. Srila Prabhupada spent his 70 years on the sea in the Jaladuta. He was coming to the US. You play with astrology? Huh? Srila Prabhupada had 108 temples before he left the material world in 1977. Don't play with it. There can be some fake things out there. Hare Krishna, we are different people. Hare Krishna, please ask a question, different person. Yes,
Hare Krishna.
We
are not a name to I have a question about how any kind. Vedic way, I say, Vedic wisdom, I say there is no excuse for ignorance.
Sure.
Yeah. One time in Amidao, the boy about was in a watch in the parliament and recipes. To me, so my near me ran up the town is kind of the man. I tell you, lose this scam on the Cocoa Chacha. And he do. Now, I'll be traveling over what you be a Kiska. And he will come and be the woman. Send me Nimona and the man. Come and be the woman.
The verse said, ignorance of the law is no excuse. Okay? Ignorance of the law is no excuse. So, man with the man. So, Okoye Wali woman who became Muslim transfer. Samson and man with the man a relief of that situation of woman. And the blessings are very received. You know me, Papa Kakreba, Bonica Kreba, that is life for you. Okay? Oh, Papa now way, the institutions for the Bible. Bonica way, the institutions of the Bible. Name in Kali Yuga, yes, a Bonia and Wadi, it is not considered as a sin. In other Yugas, what we want to know, you are being punished for it. Kali Yuga, Bonia, being a so many of these things, nature actually punishes us. Then I must say, if you want to help, don't think. Go ahead and help. Even if that you help facilitate somebody to go and do nonsense. Because you help the person was at peace, something was released, you will have the benefit to your own self. Okay? So let's keep on asking, helping people. When somebody's in need, we shouldn't keep. Make everyone papa best and send me to fear, go and share, go and give somebody out there. At time when they what and if you said that, then be an water and say, and now they will say, but you are keeping it there. Ufri ya pe kono ko you mean you are here. All person at them then you bring at here. The person will go back to your room there. I think you should go and give to those who are in need of it. Many a time we keep so many things. At times you enter your room and you see things there. Something has left about a year. You are not even using it. Maybe I'm becoming almost here. My friend is here. I pack all the things there. Somebody needs it. One at a time, I'm saying a day maximum 2 dresses back. And about that, I wash it. And you know that every day, watch out 2 back. Who want to open that idea? What are you doing? Give some to somebody who needs. And then come at the end of the movie. Obedience to was another by an pro. Young will got spoiled. The rest, everything was spoiled, and then the next neighbor, the person is going hungry. You see, we just have to be very, very conscious as devotees. If you are devotee, you cannot just be a devotee by just being a devotee. You should be a conscious person. Analyze many things. Ask questions. Be conscious of your environment. There are some few things you should go ahead and do it. You know, you come to the temple, you see somebody very engaged in servicing all the time, and he has something to do. Probably he has renounced. He doesn't have any account. He doesn't have anything. All his energy is to serve the temple, and you have something. Kind of problem. You are doing so well. I have this thing for you. Take it. You think they shall not bless you. You have so much people around you, and they have to come and be begging you all the time before you give them. When you can just say, people come, take this. Please. Giving will qualify you to receive. Say, Lord. I think the last question. Yes, please.
Hare Krishna, brother.
Yeah, go.
I'm going to share with the power of mine.
Mr. Medas,
the question is, what my auntie has said, and I said, you're not my auntie, as I say, young man, and as I say, a child. Now, I'm a child, so do what I said, where a bank and be fee, a temple works in the year, sorry, me. The question is, my concern will be, ya buff or young will be, I tell young will be. Normally, a woman sort of go down or bank account debris. You buff for the year, now check that chairman, yet we are. You don't know, as I say, Jessica, and then they are married. It's not where we say we are money, the year to be the one for the year. Or when you scaling up your bank, and so the man was on the morning bread. One by one, we send it down for some bread. What would you show the one we remember now? Who to separation? As I said, can't quite do anything, should have better. As a council, call a poor man. And it's very bad.
Thank you very much. I think that your question is so good, and I'm happy for this question. The truth of the matter is you need to understand the technicalities in giving. As soon as you give, there will be some blessings for you. So yes, the person decides to go and keep the money at the bank. He's not using the money to do what he's supposed to do. You that gave the money, you'll be blessed. Obi akotaloto. I try to say, remember to touch. Sana to risika. What they call to collection. And your collection now, when they are calling your money. But one day, acting now, we are only able to scan your money. The people now they call money. So, what is the kind of money bank? The other all day, or 5 years, one man who made you. Another level say, okay, sorry. What can I say? I say, sorry, if you get a beer, the one with the beer, so I had a much my one. There be every man to be every now, me title, every say 1,000 Ghana city. But me the many of this one say, for is Kamunya. I saw it for you. And I'm trying to pass on the light or fan or AC or Moya no Mutiaka or Timosume Swan. Instead of 1,000 Ghana city, me the 200 back to the tight. 8 and Naka. I will look around and saw will be a piece of young one. I'm the man. And I saw them when we moved here with young one. My father in the area with a phobia or a gentleman, one only be a year over phobia. May the side 800. In my mind, I want to give God a tithe of 1,000 Ghana cedi. But this church, these guys are not actually doing the right thing. But because when I go there, they will use facility, they have to pay. When I go, I take water, they have to pay. There is a chair for you to sit down. Because of this, I am giving this small thing so that I can help them to take care of this thing. The remaining 800 Ghana cedis, I will give it to those who actually need it. When you do this, you actually be an intelligent person. Don't say because they are misusing the money, I will not give anything. If you don't give anything, when you go, don't find money before, What you are indebted, you have to pay. Make sure you don't become indebted to people because you will pay. You are the type taking, not giving. You are becoming indebted to them and they will share your blessings with themselves. When somebody is giving you all the time, you think it's full. No, you are indebted to him. So it's not about why. Now what you comment on nature will divide that food and give to that person who fed you when you were hungry. So me, I don't want to be indebted to anyone. I don't want to. So if you give me, I'll give you back. Learn that I don't want to be indebted. So yes, I was in need. Okay, somebody should come and read here for me, and my place is very busy. The person came and read the whole place for me. I will look for you. At times when you are driving, these people that used to watch the windscreen, I thought when I was around with you, so we go no more watch it. I can decide to say I'm not paying. But I tell myself, no, this guy did something for me, even though I didn't request for it. If I don't give anything, I will become indebted to him, and in my next life, I have to pay you one or the other. So my friend, I get to see this dinner call. I don't want to be indebted to anybody. No, I won't. So learn that act. Whatever somebody do for you, give something in return. Else, you become indebted to that person. You might not pay it today, tomorrow, but you will pay it. Captain told me that you were talking about some things about loan. And I was telling him, many people come to me, I need loan. You give to the person and the person will not bring it back. He said, if anybody comes to you for loan, show the person bank. So he said, I didn't understand. I said, why? He said, yes. When someone takes money from you as a loan and the person doesn't pay, the person is indebted to you, that will force you to come back in the next life to come and take that money. It's a serious thing. So when someone comes for a loan, show the person bank. For bank, they will take correction and all that. So you don't pay, they will hold you responsible. By you being at the boat, you have a good heart. Someone has come for 1,000 Ghana cedis. You know, if you give 1,000 Ghana cedis and the person doesn't bring it now, you will feel pain. But if you give 500 and the person doesn't pay, you are okay with it. So in your mind, you say, I don't have the 1,000 Ghana cedis, but I have 500 Ghana, so you take it. He is thinking that he's taking a loan from you, but you are telling yourself that you are dashing that money to him. Even if he doesn't bring the money, he is not indebted to you because you didn't give him any loan. When he brings the money, praise the Lord. Don't become indebted to people that will force you to come back to this material world. To come and suffer. Meet him somewhere. So if this person has to go and stay in some war-torn area, maybe some Afghanistan, that person has taken birth there, and this person took loan from you in Ghana here. The person is Afghanistan. Nature will push you there, go and take your money. And you go there where they are fighting and boom, you understand, sir? And so please, we should try as much as possible not to be indebted to people. When someone renders any service to you, please give something in return. Give something in return. Someone will come and do some work for you. The person says, it's 100 Ghana cedis. And in your mind, you know this work is not an easy job. So no, I'll give you 20 Ghana cedis. The person doesn't have any options, but he takes it. You are indebted to the person 80 Ghana. If you like, before the person starts the job, negotiate. I'll give you 20 Ghana cedis. When the person says, okay, I will do it, and he's done with it, no problem. But you allow the person to finish the job. How much is 100 Ghana cedis? No, I'll give you 20. Because you know the person can't do anything about it. You are indebted to that person, and nature will force you to pay somewhere. Life is a very serious thing. We need to be very careful. I think we have additional last question then.
Okay. Thank you very much for your nice lectures.
Okay.
Please, I want to be clear on this. I think in one of your videos, you mentioned that the dress that we wear, or our used dress, our aura is in it. And in Africa here, most of the time, people are looking for your dress so that they can work on you in terms of something like that. So giving out our used dress, what do we do before we give it out? That is what I want to.
Yeah, very good thing, very good question. You know, like I told you, personally, when I'm giving, I just give, I don't think of the consequences.
If you can think like him, that's the best. But if you can't think like this way, give your used dress to somebody who doesn't know you. On the street, you meet somebody who is not having dress and you have a nice shoe, a nice dress, give to the person, they will be happy and they will appreciate it. You take it to your friends, your village people, so instead of them to show appreciation, they now become envious and they can think of harming you. For me, when I'm giving, I give without thinking. But if you cannot think this way, then you have some used clothes, don't give to people who knows you. They might not appreciate and thank you because they were thinking, I'm not going to buy you, and I'm not going to buy you. But we should be a while on 10. Only Model Power driver. I'm not going to beg it. It's okay, yes, 10 cities. Okay, we want to do it. Maybe a bit of issue. I told you, say you'll be very happy. Only Muda. Okay, what does it? But we fear for them, but you for money corner. But when I say, so you can go and do that. But for me, I don't care. Whatever it is, I give. I believe that the power in giving supersedes any negative energy. That's my faith. So when I help you by giving you something and you want to do it, you do. Now go one of this. Just a bubble by the day. Go to the day. Go to the day.